Okay, so let us get started. Certainly the current price action right now is a bit slow. As you guys could see, the market movement has been moving in a very clear trend. It's been moving lower, and there's a high certainty that prices remains to go weaker as of today, as we have already been seeing prices moving weaker for most of the time, and there's a huge likelihood we are going to see that to continue as well on the market, guys. Alright, so certainly that's huge expectations coming up from the market. And definitely I'm expecting that more things to come, as we have already been seeing prices has been a bit slower. Yeah, expecting that prices to go a bit weaker as of tonight, and later on we'll be discussing from the short-term point of view. And let us see together, guys. Alright. But so far, if you guys are watching and you guys do have any questions about the market, you guys could let me know, and certainly I'll be sharing with you guys what I'm looking at the market, and hope you guys could get some ideas where the market is moving for tonight, guys. Alright. Okay, so welcome, and let us discuss what's happening on the short-term market on the gold, as we have already been seeing that gold has already been under pressure, and let us view from the short term, and later on I'll be discussing what's going to happen on the long term for the gold market movement. So far from what we have already been seeing on this market for today is we have already been seeing prices has been under a lot of pressure since early market sessions from the Asian session. As you guys could see here, prices has already been continuing to go lower and lower with no signs of any recovery, but suddenly right now entering the eve of the US sessions, we started to see that there's some market movements, and certainly from this kind of market movement could be possessing a quite good entry point for a short market, as we already started to see that prices always slow down around this area after the market movement has been moving. It's always showing us signs that prices are going weaker and weaker around this prices, guys. Okay, so around this price, I'm expecting that prices could be going down lower as a result, and I'm expecting further drops coming up soon as prices keeps on going lower and lower after touching the areas around 3280 near 3290. Could be a very good short point, and certainly without any big risks coming out from this market. Okay. Okay, so with this kind of market, I'm expecting that there will be bigger market movements could be happening next, and later on we'll see how it goes. But certainly right now we are seeing that there are good chances that after a possible false breakout, we could be seeing some good chances for a possible good entry point on the market, and we'll see how it goes. But certainly I have high expectations that nearing this area we could be experiencing some good entry positions as usual. Okay. Okay, so if you guys are watching right now and you guys wanted to know how we are able to profit out of the gold market movement, a total of 500 pips in 4 trading signals, you guys are welcome to check out my profile. Click on the link there and you guys could ask me where you guys could be getting those kind of market action guys on the market, because on my profile there will be a link that you guys could click and you guys could be looking at some good points on the market from there. And alright, so if you guys have been watching, so certainly I'm repeating myself, so as you guys could see near this area, it could be offering some good entry point. As you guys could see, every time it's closing near this area, we could be sensing that prices has always been able to go lower, and 3290 seems that it's a bit harder of a barrier to break out, and certainly this could be offering us a better entry point as well, because with this kind of price action, there's a huge certainty of the market that prices could be going lower after nearing this area, or possibly we could be seeing some short-term market movements where we are seeing that a possible false breakout could be happening, and then prices could be weakening further guys. Alright, so for now, so far from what we have already been seeing on the market, price reaction is a bit slow, and there's a huge chance that market would be moving on a sideways for tonight. Not a lot of great movements I'm expecting, and let us see where it brings us. Okay, so if you guys are curious where you guys could be getting a total profits of such a huge pips in just one single day, so yesterday you guys could be checking out my profile, and on my profile there's a link that you guys could click and you guys could chat me and ask where you guys could be getting those signals guys, because on there you guys could be getting access towards those. Alright, so you guys are welcome to check it out and make sure that you guys don't miss out on good opportunities that we are sharing with you guys, and it's all for free and you guys can check it out on my profile guys. Alright, so right now, so far from what I could be seeing on the market, prices starts to have a short-term rebound. This is what has been happening on the gold market on the short term. How about what's happening on the long term? So what's happening on the long term is we started to see that prices still tends to move on a bigger selling pressure. Prices hasn't been able to move higher, and certainly that is the case. And there's a huge certainty that we are seeing that prices starts to slow down, and every time touch around 3260 area, it starts to have a short-term rebound, the same thing as what's happened on Friday. So I do expect that price movement will be slowing down around those area, and the tendency for now, as we are seeing on the market, is more likely to go lower, and selling pressure still remains high, even though uptrend still persists. As you guys could see, if I'm showing you guys what's been happening over the long-term market on this daily time frame, it has still been very clear that prices still remains on an uptrend guys. Okay, but for the short term and the longer term market movement, I'm not seeing a lot of greater market movements on the upside, and maybe we'll need to see further market movement happening before we could say that there's a huge certainty that prices could continue to go higher with a lot of room for upside, because for now I'm not saying that. Alright, so what's happening on the market guys, because if you guys pay closer attention, that last night on Friday we managed to make a lot of good trades. As you guys could see, we do our shorts at 32960, and it's on our live streaming sessions here. And later on, at later market hours, we started to do a lot of sell signals. As you guys could see, we managed to make some good profits on the market at 3296, where we have already been started to do our shorts, and we have already been adding another positions at 3287 on Friday on our VIP live sessions, 3280 and 3275, and we managed to take out our positions at 3269 overall on the market, and that certainly gives us a lot of room and a total of close to 500 pips on the market. And if you guys wanted to get this kind of live trading actions on the market, you guys are welcome to join my VIP live sessions later on tonight, and you guys could get access towards those by checking out my profile. You can click on the link and ask me where you guys could be getting access out of this market movement. And if you guys wanted to join our community channel where you guys could be getting signals, chatting with other traders, discussions with other traders, you guys are welcome to check out my profile, guys. Okay, and certainly from this kind of market movement, we have already been able to make some good profits out of here on Friday's market movement, and certainly I hope that you guys don't miss out on this kind of opportunity the next time on our VIP live sessions. Alright, so if you guys wanted to get those ideas, you guys are welcome to check on my profile, click on the link and ask where you guys could be getting the VIP live sessions. Alright, so if you guys love what you guys have been hearing so far, what our market analysis for tonight, long term, short term, you guys could definitely give us your support by following us so that you guys don't miss out on our live streaming sessions. And definitely you guys could like and share this video with your friends, because I believe sharing is caring, and certainly right now I'm also sharing my analysis with you guys so that you guys could be getting some ideas where the next market movement could be happening next on the market. Alright, so as I already told you guys, I'm expecting a little bit of false breakout happening soon, and definitely I'll be waiting for for the false breakout to happen. And once it happens, I will be saying that there's a lot of market certainty to see prices to continue to go low. As of now, it's a particular normal rebound. I'm not expecting to see further market movements could be happening as of now, and we'll see where it brings us next, guys. Alright, so for now, I'm expecting that gold could be bringing. Okay, so if you guys wanted to follow us and see where we'll be bringing us today's market movement, don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, guys, for more information. So later on, I'll be touching on the market analysis on other trading assets, including silver, as well as on the forex market, and also more markets to be covered if we have enough time here. Okay, alright, so right now we are seeing the price movement starts to be a bit slower, so certainly this is a good case, but like I said, I'll be waiting for more confirmations, because around this hour it's usually very common for us to see a little bit of a slow market movement, don't really show us the clear trend of the market, and entering US market sessions at later hours, we could be seeing a much more clear outcome of the market that could be continued over the course of the night action, guys. Okay, so for now, I'm expecting prices a little bit slow. It's heading to go lower. Good chances to see that prices could be falling much further, but for now, I'll still be waiting. But if you guys are short-term traders, you guys are trying to chase 20 to 30 pips, this could actually be a very good shorting buying. But for me personally, I will still be waiting for further market confirmations, guys, because it's too early to say, and we could be actually seeing a possible double bottom here. So I'll be waiting for further confirmations to see whether the trend still could continue to go down lower. Alright, so next we'll be talking about what's happening on the silver market movement, guys. Alright, so far what we have been able to see out of the silver market movement is we started to see there's been some exciting movement coming out on the market, where we are sensing there's good opportunities that could be happening here. So far from what we have already been seeing, that we have already been always talking about that silver market could be continuing to go higher than $33. Okay, so let's say we have already been seeing around these days from 16th of April until 22nd of April. So prices has already been stagnating around $32.30, $32.50, and from there we haven't been able to see prices to go higher. But suddenly we start to see some changes on the market, and we're expecting that there is a little bit of a market rebound happening there. However, since 23rd of April, we started to see that prices breaks of $33, and we started to see a good chances for prices to consolidate above $33 above, and good chances to see silver prices to play above $33. However, over the last hours, I would say, prices start to slow down, and as you guys could see, prices breaks down to $33 on Friday and closes above $33. But after the sessions ended, we started to see that prices also consolidates, slowing down, and even give a false breakdown at $32.65 before rebounding at around $33 above. But overall, the market signs has been showing us that price tendency still remains weaker, and there's a good chance to see that price actions will still be weaker. But so far, we are also seeing the possibility that we have already been entering the lower side of the silver uptrend channel, and that could be possibly leading us to see prices to be under a lot of good support area to have a rebound happening soon on the market, guys. Right, so that's why I'm not suggesting to do any market actions. Rather, I will be waiting for further market confirmations on the silver side, guys. All right. And later on, we'll see where it will be bringing us next, but certainly there's a good chances to see a possible false breakout happening, or we could be seeing prices on silver will be a bit limited compared to the gold market, guys. All right. So that's the view. Long-term wise, I'm expecting that prices could be moving $33 above if tonight's closing price actions could be good. If not, there's a huge tendency that prices could be weakening together alongside with what's happening on the gold market right now. Okay, and the current market movement that we've been seeing is a bit of strong rebound happening on the market after such a long period of time that prices hasn't been able to break out higher. Certainly the rebound is pretty much a fast market movement happening over the course of 20 to 30 minutes ago, and right now we are seeing a good chances that we could be seeing a false breakout happening on the market before we could be seeing prices to continue to go lower, guys. Alright, so it's also the same case from what we have really been seeing on the gold market, where prices suddenly have a rebound which is pretty fast without any huge volume at the moment that we are looking at. But certainly, like I said, I'm expecting that tonight could be with the tendency of weaker side, but the range is certainly huge, around 3,260 to 3,330, 3,316 around there, guys. So that is certainly a big range, and we could be seeing prices to be moving around those ranges, guys. Okay. Okay, possible false breakout could be happening soon, guys. Let us wait out and see. Because prices right now is a bit weaker as what we could be seeing on the charts right now. Okay, so prices right now is a bit slow after a dramatic rebound happening on the market. So we'll see. prices around these ranges is right now is also a bit slower. So both gold and silver right now is facing a current same momentum, and we'll see where it brings us. Okay, so I think it's very much important for us also to discuss what's happening on the US dollar index, because what's happening on the US dollar index could be highly impacting what could be the next market movement on the gold market as well as the silver market. So for you guys to get a little bit of idea where tonight the US dollar has been moving, as you guys could see, US dollar index and also the other currency pairs tonight has already been moving quite tight, as most of the market ranges are between 20 to 30 pips, and this is certainly not a big market movement, and this could be indicating that the forex market today could be a bit unappealing on the trader side. Okay, but certainly we start to see that the US dollar index starts to have a little bit of a rebound. Probably that's what we are starting to see, that prices around this area start to slow down as well. So could be another good chances to see that the gold could be starts weakening from here together alongside with the silver market movement as well, guys. All right, so we'll see whether the price actions will start slow down around these ranges as of now from what we have been able to look at on the market. Okay, so prices starts to slow down. Certainly some good signs. We'll see whether the price action starts to go higher from here, or a false breakdown could be happening, guys. Okay. Okay, so that's a good sign. False breakout, also happening on the silver market. So from what we have been seeing, so let us see. If prices starts to break out, then it's a total different story for tonight. But there's a huge chances of a possible false breakout happening soon. So let us wait and let us assess the situation and make our decisions later on tonight. Okay. Okay, so it's a bit early to say, but let us try to discuss what's happening on the US dollar index, guys, right? And later on from there, we could decide what is actually happening and what could be moving the gold market action in the next few hours, guys, right? Because so far from what we have been experiencing on the market is we do see there's a tendency for prices to go a bit weaker, and it's also due to what we could be actually expecting coming out from this market, as what's moving on the US dollar index could be highly impacting the market. So let us take a closer look what has been happening on the US dollar index for tonight. So the US dollar index has been moving around $99.40, which I've already been saying that this is totally a strong resistance area. And with this kind of a strong resistance, we could actually be expecting that prices on the US dollar index won't be moving much. And as a result, we have already been seeing prices been moving on these very tight ranges over the last 1 to 2 weeks, and around $99.40 prices tends to weaken. And as you guys could see, as of now, we also do see those signs of prices to slow down, and good chances to see prices to have the chances to make a short-term rebound and then going back lower. As we have already been seeing, prices has been moving on these tight ranges over the last 1 week, and I'm expecting for tonight we could also be expecting the same thing, moving on these very tight ranges for the US dollar index. And definitely, as we are going to have a big event news this week on the non-farm payrolls at the end of the week, and definitely a lot of good things from the US dollar Japanese, and a lot of this stuff could be actually pushing up the US dollar index on the higher side for the early part of the week, and then weaker side at later markets, guys. Alright. Okay, so so far from what we have been seeing, that with the strength appearing on the US dollar index, we started to see that there's a tendency for the gold market to go weaker, as from what we have already been seeing on the market, prices tends to weakening on the US dollar index, and we do see that gold prices starts to go higher. But whenever we start to see that the US dollar index starts to slow down when it drops, we are seeing that gold prices starts to jump. So the early part of market sessions, we see gold rises, gold drops is we are seeing the big jump happening on the US dollar index, and we started to see that the gold jumps when the US dollar index prices drop. So it's still in line with our theory. And so far from what we have been seeing, that the rebound has been happening with what I could say the US dollar index starts to rebound, and that really certainly gives a little bit of a support for the gold market movement to play around these ranges for a while, and a possible short-term double bottom could be happening instead. Okay. So possible double bottom, and it's also including what we have been seeing on the silver market side as well. testing the resistance area and probably could be giving us a false breakout, as you guys could see. So there's this tendency whether the double bottom could be achieved if prices starts to play above 3,300. If not, we are going to see price actions to start weakening around those areas, guys. Okay, so I'll be waiting and seeing where the next market movement will be heading next. Certainly there's a huge possibility that a false breakout could be happening, as we still see that the US dollar index tonight has the chances to have a rebound, as you guys could see, and that could really push down the gold prices on the short-term market movement, guys. Right, so let us see where this brings us next. And there's a huge tendency for prices to be moving in this kind of ranges, as currently prices is a bit weak, as you guys could also see those. So there's huge chances for a possible false breakout to happen here, and as you guys could see, the resistance area at 3295 still persists around those area. It's also the same case on the silver side. $33.10 could be a very strong resistance area as well. So good chances to see price action starts to move, but as of now, we're expecting that market movement will be a bit slower. Certainly that will be the case, but good chances to see price actions to continue to go lower according to what we have already been seeing on the short-term trend, guys. So yes, I would say that this could be one of the chances that prices could start weakening from his market, guys. Okay, let me draw and show you guys what I'm looking at. So right now there's a huge chances that on the short-term basis we could be seeing false breakout happening right here, just on a short-term basis, guys. Okay, so I would say you guys could consider to do some shorts around here. 3289, as we are seeing good chances that price actions will be moving slower from here onwards, guys. Right, so I'm expecting that price action could be continue to go lower. As you guys could see, the path that we have already been seeing on the gold price action so far has the tendency to go lower. And I believe the same case could be also happening on the silver side, but as of now it's a bit tricky on the silver side, so I won't be touching on the silver as of now. Okay, so with the strength coming back on the US dollar index, we are expecting that there will be a little bit of price pressure happening in the gold market, which could also impact the silver market soon. So we'll see. Right now, we are still seeing that price action is still a bit slow. It's warranted with this kind of slow market movement and a quick rebound happening on the market. Good chances to see that there's a false breakout could be happening on the market soon. Okay, but certainly the outlook on silver is a little bit stronger compared to gold, so that's why I'm putting much more of my focus on the gold market instead of the silver market, where price action tendency has been moving in line with what we have been looking on with the market, guys. Okay, so we've really been suggesting that you guys could consider to do some shorts around this area. Hope you guys have been paying attention, and so far price action starts to drop. Good chances to see further drops happening, guys. Okay, I've really been switching towards the 5-minute charts so that you guys could able to see closely what's happening, and right now we are seeing good chances that the tendency is likely to go lower, but with current prices offering a better entry point, so I would say that this could be a good entry point for you guys to consider, and put your stop loss a bit wider around here. Okay, stop loss put your stop loss above here, guys. Okay, okay, so next I'll be talking about what's happening on the other markets as usual, and we can see good chances could be happening there. So let us see on that market at later hours, but certainly I'll be talking about what's happening on the currency market, because we've really been discussing on the US dollar index, and it's very much in line with our view that some market movements could be happening there as well. Okay, so put shorts here, stop losses around here. We'll see how it goes. Price target around here. If everything goes well, we could see prices immediately drops. Yes, okay. Right now, price action is a bit slow. So I've already been giving you guys the signs. Put your shorts. Hope you guys have been making some action. Good chances to see further price drop could be continuing soon. Okay. Okay, so we have already been seeing some good signs, and let us move on. Try to look out where the next market movement could be happening next, guys. Right. Okay, so if right now we are checking what's happening here, so as you guys could see that the US dollar index starts to drop together with a lot of mixed signs happening on the currency market as of tonight. So as you guys could see very clearly that tonight the Japanese yen has been going quite strong compared against the rest of the pack. So if you guys pay a closer attention, we've already been seeing that price action on the GBP tonight has been quite strong without any clear news for tonight from what I could be seeing. No news on the pound sterling side other than some trade news, but other than that, not a lot of big market movements happening there. And definitely we are seeing that most of the other markets are weakening. So as you guys could see, Australian dollar is weakening, Euro is weakening, Swiss franc is also weakening together alongside with the New Zealand dollar. But tonight the US dollar has been quite strong together alongside the Japanese yen and the GBP. So probably there are some good chances to trade on some trading forex market, as you guys could see. So there's some good signs. Australian dollar USD could be a very good pair to do some shorts alongside with NZD USD for tonight. USD CHF could also be going higher as of now, and the US dollar CAD could be a bit mixed, but certainly one of the good cases that could be appearing. So let's say Swiss franc Japanese yen, CHF Japanese yen could be one of the good trades, and definitely one of the most common pairs, USD Japanese yen, also could be weakening tonight, even though the market movement I'm not expecting a bigger move. So in a moment we'll be trying to take a closer look on those market pairs. So is there anyone a big fan of forex pairs here? Can you show your voices that you guys love to trade on the forex pairs? Okay, so certainly if you guys have any questions about the market, you guys could obviously let me know, and I'll be answering any of your questions about the market. But today tonight forex market action isn't that much, and definitely I would say don't expect a lot of bigger market movements here. Okay. Okay, so let us see where the rest of the forex market has been moving and what could be worthwhile of this kind of market movement. Okay, so Australian dollar USD tonight has been going weaker, but like I said, the movement isn't much. As you guys could see, New Zealand dollar USD could be a bit bigger, but the price drops hasn't been that much, guys. So certainly that will be the biggest case as of now, because price movement in terms of pips is just around 30 to 30 pips, so 20 pips. So it's not going to be a big drop. So that's why I wouldn't suggest that tonight could be a good time to trade on the US. I mean the Forex pairs, unless you guys are patient and you guys could wait out to see where tomorrow's market movement will be heading next. Otherwise, I won't be suggesting any good trades out of this market movement, because so far from what I could have been seeing, that tonight price action is a little bit ranging market movement. And the same case for the GBP, JPY, CHF, JPY could be a bigger drop. But other than that, I'm not looking at any particular good trades coming up from the market, guys, honestly speaking. Okay. Okay, so for tonight, probably the best case scenario on the Forex currency pair could be coming out from this market. CHF Japanese yen, but movement is likely to be slow, as you guys could still see. And let us watch back, see where the other currency market movement could be bringing us some good chances, guys. Okay. So it turns out that the drop isn't that much and prices starts to rebound around these ranges as of now. Okay, right now prices do give a much better chances of a false breakout could be happening. As you guys see, prices couldn't surpass $32 and $91. Okay, $32.91 couldn't be passed yet, and we are seeing good chances that could be part of the resistance on the gold market. Okay, so the shorts are still remaining there. Our stop losses is above here. Hope you guys have been able to take some good chances on the market. And so far, if you guys have been enjoying our trading ideas, we have already been able to generate a total of 40 pips out of tonight's market movement. So I hope you guys have been enjoying tonight's live sessions. And if you guys wanted to get more ideas on the later market hours, you guys are welcome to join my VIP live sessions. And the only way you guys could be getting access towards those is you guys could check out my profile, click on the link and chat with me to get more information how you guys could be getting access on our VIP live sessions later on tonight. Alright, so everything has still been going well, even though price actions right now is a little bit slower, but good chances to see the price actions could continue. And hope you guys have been able to take some good market ideas out of tonight's market movement, guys. Alright. Okay, so since we've already been talking about commodities, I believe we have still been missing out on one particular commodities, which is the oil market. And I believe oil market should be giving us a little bit of a market movement compared to the gold market movement, which has been quite tight over the last 45 minutes. So in a moment, we'll be taking a closer look on what's happening on the commodity sides, especially on the oil market side. As we've already been seeing that silver prices has still been relatively showing us some good signs of a rebound. Meanwhile, gold is slowing down, so it's a bit of a mixed signs. but certainly the market movement on the gold market over the last 15 to 30 minutes has been showing us that there's a price tendency, that there's a strong resistance at 3291. So maybe we could be moving our resistance there or our stop losses there if prices has unable to break out higher than those numbers, because I don't want to put stop losses too tight because there's a huge tendency for it to hit back. So for now, gold has been able to show some good signs here on this market. Okay, so let us see where this gold market will be moving next. Good chances to see that prices could remain under pressure, but we'll see and update you guys what could be happening next, guys. Alright, so shorts is around this price action 3288. Prices has been giving us a little bit of 40 pips at the lower side. Good chances to see further pips could be coming up next, so don't forget to follow and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out when we are sharing our trading ideas. Right now, on the same time, you guys could be entering at a much better price with a better risk reward ratio. Alright, okay, so it seems that prices has a tendency to break out. We'll see. So far, price has been a bit slower around those area, and it's also the same thing happening on the silver market. So let us watch what's happening on the oil market for now, guys, because so far from what we've already been looking at the oil market, one thing still remains certain, guys. On the long-term market movement, what's been happening on the oil market has been showing us one clear feature of the market, which is still showing us that signs of weakness are still appearing on the US oil market, WTI, and it's mainly we are still seeing the tendency of prices continuing its downtrend with a lot of uncertainties on the trade wars, even though we still know that prices has already been quite under good movement. But certainly the price action on the oil market has been showing us that the tendency for prices to go down still remains pretty high, and good chances to see price actions to remain and go lower on the near future, as well as the long-term market has still been showing us that the price tendency is likely to go lower rather than go higher, guys. Okay, so that's on the long-term market, but what about the short-term market movement, guys? Okay, so on the short-term market movement, we've already been saying that there's a huge tendency for prices to remain under pressure, and it has really been doing so for most of the times. But one of the main key themes that I would say that there's a possible double top forming on this market, as you guys could see right here. A good tendency for prices still remains under a high selling pressure, unable to break out of the $63. This is one of the double tops that we are looking at the market. And good chances to see price action would be moving lower on later market hours, as we still see the possibility of the slowdown happening on this market. Okay, but so far prices starts to rebound near the low, so let us see how the price reaction works, because over the last 5 hours prices has already been declining. A little bit of rebound around this area before prices continue to go lower is highly possible, guys. Okay, so we'll wait and see, because the tendency based on the chart patterns is likely to go lower, and we'll see how the market reaction works next, guys. All right, okay, so back towards the gold market and see what has been happening so far. Okay, price starts to rebound. Okay, some signs happening. Probably prices couldn't be going lower for now, because good chances there's a tendency that prices could be breaking out, so we need to be a bit careful, as price movement around these hours could be a bit tricky, but some good chances happened earlier, so that's why we took our short. And right now prices at its lowest, we have already been taking profit around 40 pips, and right now we'll see whether we could be entering at a better price market movement again, guys. Alright, so far prices have already been breaking out higher, and maybe we could be considering to readjust our position soon. Okay, so we'll need to analyze and judge later on, see how the price movement works next. Okay. Seems that price action still moves better, I would say. Good chances to see prices to conform to the trend, but it seems that price action starts to rebound. So we'll see, guys, okay? Because around these hours, price movement is a little bit tricky. Okay, so we'll see where the market movement on the other markets has been moving. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's been moving quite well, I would say. Confirming to the rebound. Silver prices starts to jump. Gold still a little bit stagnant, but we'll see. If prices starts to break out higher than 3295, then the story will be changing, guys. Okay. Okay, right now price is a bit slow. On most of the market, it's also behaving in the same manner. So definitely patience are required around these hours. We'll see what market movement will be moving next. So far, not a lot of things has been happening in line. So we'll see, guys. Okay. Since price action on the gold market starts to move, definitely switching to our stop losses a bit lower around here could limit your risk, guys. Okay. because so far price action has been pretty well, and signs of a decline could be not happening soon. Alright, so if you guys are still in this trade, the stop losses are still here, but certainly we have seen prices drop towards 3284. Okay, for now we'll be waiting to see what are the other signs happening on the markets. Okay, prices starts to jump on gold, on silver, could be also probably breaking out the resistance at $33.10. And that could really change the whole dynamic. Okay, we'll see. Prices could be starting to rebound, so certainly that is the case from what we are looking at. Okay, so price on gold starts to break out higher. Meanwhile, silver hasn't been moving much. It's a little bit tricky on both sides of the market. But certainly from this kind of market action, I'm expecting that the US dollar index starts to move. So let us see what's actually been moving this. So far, there's not a lot of move. Okay, understandable. Okay, a false breakout. Interesting. For now, strong resistance area on silver. On the gold market, could be also moving in the same thing. Okay, so right now, good chances to see prices unable to break out higher, and gave another false breakout again at 3298 around those price action. But right now it's still too early to say, guys, and definitely I'm expecting bigger market movements at later hours, so I'll be waiting, because certainly right now reacting towards the market with a lot of prices tendency is likely to go higher from both gold and silver. I'll still be opting to wait, see how it pans out. I'm not getting too early again, alright? Because earlier the signs are giving us the same sign, and prices just immediately goes back rebound high. So I'll be waiting for more confirmation around this hour, and we'll see where it will be bringing us next, guys. Okay. Okay, so if you guys love what you guys have been watching and you guys wanted to get more ideas about what's moving the market and how you guys could be profiting out of tonight's market movement, you guys are welcome to join my live VIP sessions, and you guys could get access by clicking on the profile, click on the link and chat me where you guys could be getting access to it, the VIP live sessions, because you guys could see definitely the difference on the profit pips that we could be making out of the market during those the VIP live sessions and the current market movement, guys. Okay. So if you guys wanted to get those ideas, get those signals, you guys are welcome to check out my profile, click on the link and get some trading ideas from there. Okay. Okay, so we are entering the final minutes of our live stream sessions, and let us take a look where this could be bringing us next, guys. All right. Okay, so right now there's a huge tendency for prices to be moving on these ranges, and if prices are unable to break out higher than 3298, we could be seeing prices will be moving on these ranges and could be heading lower next. But if prices just kept on moving on this kind of ranges, this could be quite a tricky market, and there's a tendency that prices could be going higher next, guys. Alright, so right now we are on the cups, whether the prices could be breaking out of the resistance, and this could be totally changing the directions for today's ranges. Rather than moving on the lower side of the sideways, we could be seeing that prices starts to move above 3290 above, guys. Alright, so we'll see, and definitely I'm expecting bigger market movement could be happening later on tonight, and this is definitely where we are trying to see what the market movement will be bringing us next. Either a false breakout or prices continues to go higher, and definitely we still need more time to judge where this will be heading next on the market, guys. Otherwise, we could be too early on the market, and that couldn't be a good thing, guys. Alright, so I would prefer to wait, see where it will be bringing us next. Definitely, short-term market movement wise, it's showing us that there's a huge tendency for prices to break down lower, but it's still too early to say. We haven't gotten the confirmation yet, and once we got the confirmation, we could be much more certain, but as of now we are not getting any of it yet. Okay, okay. Price on both silver and gold is a little bit tricky, so definitely right now we are still seeing sideways. Not a lot of other great big ideas happening as of now. But there's a tendency for prices to break out higher, as from what we have been able to look out on the market now. But I still prefer to wait, guys, because right now short term there's a lot of uncertainties, and I'll be waiting for further market confirmations to get what I would love to see, the breakout happening without any false breakout. Okay, so I need to see a stronger market movement in the next few, I would say in a couple of hours, to really see that a rebound could be happening soon at 3315, 3316 area later on. Okay, for now there's still a lot of uncertainties, and we are likely to see more happening later on. Okay, so let us give you guys a little bit of review before ending tonight's live streaming sessions. Both gold, silver are still right now on the cups, whether they will be facing a confirmations of a breakout higher, or we could be seeing prices starts to go back lower, continuing its sideways range that we have already been seeing over the last hours. And we are waiting for more confirmations as prices initially give us a confirmation that prices will be going down, but instead prices goes higher, giving us another false breakout in the market. So we'll be waiting and see. Meanwhile, moving on the oil market, there's a good chances right now could be a good entry point, where there's a huge likelihood prices will be moving on this double top and going lower at later hours on US market sessions. Meanwhile, on the US currency side, and also other comparisons towards Japanese yen, pound sterling, everything has still been moving quite mixed, and there isn't any clear signs. So certainly I would say be cautious if you guys want to trade on the short-term market, on the forex market. And one of the best choice to shorts, AUD/USD and ZD/USD, all of them has still been moving on the lower side, and also CHF Japanese yen could be moving much better. But overall, it's a little bit mixed from what we have been looking over the signs of the course. And definitely I would say be careful to trade on those market as of now, because prices is a little bit mixed, and one of the best shorts could be Australian dollar USD and NZD USD on the market. Okay, so that's all for tonight, and if you guys wanted to get more updates on our live streaming sessions and more updates and signals to come, you guys are welcome to check out my profile and click on the link to chat with me how you guys could be getting access out of those ideas and signals. Okay, I hope to see you guys later on a VIP live sessions where I'll be covering more topics, and see you guys later. Bye.